And it's so funny how I signed up for this event basically as a joke, but I ended up having such a wonderful time. Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello, hi. That's not my intro, that's Smokey Glow's intro. Wouldn't it be funny if I just started like using other iconic intros, and if you guys just like organically know who they are and comment it, you get extra brownie points. I don't know, that's funny. Hello guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacy. Thank you for clicking on my face and on this beautiful flower crown. You might be wondering, Jacy, why do you look like the May Queen right now? I know, it's kind of a dream. Well, I'm going to be telling you all about it in today's Storytime Snippets. I recently went to a cool little convention, and I thought it might just be a fun little video to tell you guys about, as well as some other kind of more unique and themed conventions that I have gone to. This video will definitely be more tame and mundane and more about like us just hanging out. You know, put me on in the background while you're washing dishes or doing laundry, like we're two besties hanging out, you know? This isn't gonna be some super riveting story time. It's just like we're hanging out. So if you like story times like that, or just hanging out with me and seeing what fun hair accessories we can add every week, then make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It really helps me out trying to hit some new goals this year. Also, if you really like me, consider joining my YouTube membership, where you get access to 2 vlogs a month, just like a little extra sneak peek in my day-to-day life. But with that being said, let's just get on to the stories of why I'm wearing this insane flower crown and some of the cool conventions that I have gone to. So snippet number 1 is related to an event I went to kind of recently, where if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen me post about this already. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I don't blame you. I'm sick of my own face. But I did post about this, but that's what this first snippet is going to be about. So about a month ago, I was receiving these super targeted ads for this Babetopia Babe 360 event. And I thought it was kind of funny because of the term boss babe. So boss babes currently has a pretty negative connotation, which is interesting kind of thinking about the progression of that term. Because a couple years ago, being a boss babe meant you were an independent entrepreneurial woman who is working for herself, making a ton of money, and is kind of rejecting negative gender norms and, you know, breaking glass ceilings. So it was always a really positive thing. But kind of recently, it has been a very like derogatory term. I'm gonna look it up on Urban Dictionary just to read it to you. So according to Urban Dictionary, a boss babe is a woman who pretends to be a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a saleswoman. They are that annoying lady who never stops posting on Facebook about a great new opportunity related to an MLM business, which is basically a pyramid scheme. They tend to hawk poor products for exuberant prices, and posts typically contain excessive emojis, hashtags, and has faux friendliness to it. So they have kind of become known as the girls who slide into your Instagram DMs, be like, hey girl, I have this great new opportunity for you. Are you looking to work from home and make bank with your own flexible schedule? I have the company for you, and you get to be your own boss. That's just kind of like the new connotation for it. And so this Instagram ad that I was receiving kind of piqued my attention, because not that I'm interested in joining a pyramid scheme or being a boss babe myself. I'm a boss babe in my own ways, baby. I was receiving these Instagram ads for this boss babe event, and my YouTube brain goes, hey, wouldn't it be fun to infiltrate this boss babe event just so that I could make a silly YouTube story time about it and talk about how this crazy, terrible hair product company tried to get me to join their MLM, or how these herbal supplements that will change my life only if I become a representative in their pyramid scheme tried to recruit me. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of a funny idea, and I was like, why not? I don't know what I'm doing in a month, but let me buy tickets. So I bought my tickets, and there was an option for a $20 ticket or a VIP ticket for $35. And the VIP ticket included priority access, meaning you get to like cut the line and go into the event right away, as well as a little swag bag. And I was like, well, I like swag bags. Let's do the VIP ticket. So I bought my tickets, and I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about it until several weeks later when I was looking through my Google Calendar, and I was like, why am I busy this upcoming Sunday? What is that event? Oh yeah, it's that Boss Babe event. I guess I should do my research and see what it actually is. So I started following the event organizers on Instagram, and those were Babetopia Events and OC Babes Who Create. And again, like that name just kind of has a weird, like cringy element to it now since the word has just absolutely evolved. But so I start following them, and that's when I realized, oh man, this isn't at all what I thought. I was kind of picturing one of those big, like, theaters where they sit you down and have a motivational speaker, but it's really just a sales pitch to recruit you to join their team. No, this turned out to be more of a wellness event with several different booths kind of in a conference style. But the twist was that it was all women-run businesses and kind of different health and wellness brands, companies, and businesses to encourage its visitors and attendees to essentially live their best life. And so once I started following their Instagram posts and seeing them kind of advertise a little bit more for it, I actually started getting really excited because I was like, wait, this sounds kind of fun. I love going to booths and checking out new small businesses. This is actually going to be kind of fun. So the day comes, I show up with my cool little VIP pass on my phone, and I'm waiting in line. And one thing I will say is that they started about 20 minutes late, so I was waiting in line for 20 minutes, so that was kind of annoying. But once they did open, the VIP line did get to go first in front of everybody. Now this was a benefit somewhat because there were several booths who were giving away free samples or free services. So you kind of wanted to get in there pretty quickly and grab up all the samples. But I'll just say this, spoiler alert, there wasn't that many attendees to where they ran out of samples of anything. I didn't miss out on any of the booths, so there really wasn't that much benefit to skipping the line, except that you got to go in maybe 10 minutes earlier. So I go into this event and it's outdoors, it's in Orange County, and it was so cute. They just had about a dozen, easy ups or aesthetically pleasing booths set up of just various woman-run businesses. So you kind of get funneled in, and I was a little overwhelmed at first, like, where do I begin? So I was like, well, I'm not gonna start with the first booth that you go to. I'm gonna go towards the end to where there's a little bit more space. So like the first kind of companies I try are women-run cocktail businesses where they're advertising some of their new alcohol brands. So right away I get a cocktail with a little umbrella straw and a koozie that I get to walk around in and sip. And so I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good time. And then you just kind of visit all of the various booths. So the booths range from different types of bath bombs and bath salt companies. There was a swimsuit company that was having a sale. There was an esthetician who was letting people spin the wheel to give free brow laminations or eyelash tints. There was Cycle Bar, which was giving out free classes to their cycling gym. Just kind of various health and wellness companies, which was so fun. So I go to one station and it's like a DIY sun catcher station where it gives you like a little jewel and some string and you get to make your own like wall hanging sun catcher. I actually have it hung up. I was too impatient. I hung it up already. So maybe I'll show you guys that. But like it was fun little arts and crafts, and I was talking to the other girls and I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like we're at summer camp, like just focusing on our little arts and crafts. It was so fun. And then the next fun little thing, which I just wanted to share, was I see this table with a bunch of flowers and girls were making flower crowns. And so I was like, hi, like I'd like to make a flower crown. She was like, awesome, take a seat. Like it takes about an hour. And I was like, I got nothing but time. Let's do it. So I was talking to her. Her name is Miley. She runs the Shore Lay company where she makes these custom leis and leis po, which is what these are, which is essentially a flower crown. So she has me go and pick my flowers, pick kind of like my design aesthetic and what I wanted to work with. So I start making my flower crown, and I want to tell it because it's so funny. After about like 15 minutes of sitting there, somebody else comes up and she was like, oh, like I want to make a flower crown. And Miley goes, yeah, so they're $25. They take about an hour. And I was like, oh shoot, like this is one of those paid booths. I didn't even realize. I thought it was another arts and craft booth like the sun catcher. And I was like, well, I'm already committed. And honestly, it was worth $25, so I don't mind. So what I loved about this little Boss Babe convention was that they emphasized kind of the networking aspect as well as overall brand awareness of these small businesses. So as I'm sitting there making my flower crown, I'm talking to the other women that are there, and these are just attendees. So they don't necessarily have their own small business, but we were talking to Miley, and this one girl was telling Miley like, oh, are you on TikTok? And Miley's like, no, I don't have a TikTok. And she was just giving her all these insane influencer tips. She was like, you really should be on TikTok. You have easy content to make. Just do simple time lapses of you making these leis. Just do some of your recommendations of certain flowers that might last a little bit longer, or maybe some tips on how to preserve your flower crowns or your bouquets, which is something else that she did. And so it was really kind of like, I was sitting there like, dang, this is kind of empowering. Like, look at us women like sharing tips and advice on our small businesses. Like, sure, I'm here to kind of support financially, but also just in terms of advice and networking. So of course I follow her on Instagram. I go to 10 other booths and I follow them on Instagram. And I'm talking to these people, I'm learning more about their companies, their passions, and kind of how they've gotten to this point. But then I'm also trying some free samples of more cocktails or of some cookies, or they had a physician's formula booth that was giving out free butter bronzers. So I was like, heck yes, one for me, please. One thing that I was kind of bummed about that I didn't realize I should have done was they had some booths that I guess were offering more services than products. And so there was one that was, they were doing chakra readings. And I was like, oh, heck yeah, I want to get my chakra read. But there was always people like around the booth. So I waited for there to be no people around the booth. And there was nobody like sitting in her chair. So I went over and I was like, hi, like, are you doing chakra readings? She was like, yeah, you can join our wait list right here and we'll text you when it's your turn. And I look at the wait list and there was like 20 people on it. And I was like, dang it. That's where I should have made a beeline with my VIP pass to go and put my name first on the list. But I didn't even realize that. Similarly, there was another booth giving out like cupping and massages. And I didn't even realize they were doing that because they took people like behind a little curtain. And so had I known that, I would have gone and visited that booth and put my name in on the waiting list as well. So I missed a couple of things, but that's okay overall. There was also a couple raffle prizes if you posted on Instagram. And pretty much everybody who posted on their Instagram won a raffle. So I actually won a little lip kit, which I'll show you guys. But
what about Jacy White?
Woohoo!
Yay! Oh my gosh, and your flower crown, I can't. I love it,
guys. But it was just a really cool and empowering event. Again, I kind of went into it thinking it was going to be one of those super cringy sales pitches. But no, it was just a fun woman-run convention. And so humor me a little bit because I wanted to show you guys some of the things that I got. So this is my VIP swag bag that I got for an additional $15, but there are some things in here that were free samples from the booths that I took home, and so I'll make note of that. So the first items were these beautiful sage sticks with actual like dried flowers in them. Oh, so pretty. I can't burn these. They're just too gorgeous. This was another cocktail company there. It's called Long Drink. I guess it's actually co-founded by, what's that guy's name? Miles Teller, and it's the alcoholic beverage of Finland. See, they do their like pitch to you, but I remember all of it. So this is, you know what, screw it, let's taste test it. It says it's the Finnish legend, like Finnish as in Finland. It's cranberry flavored. 5.5% alcohol. I'm drunk already. Woo! It's gin with cranberry flavors. Not bad. Actually, it's pretty good. I approve of Long Drink. It's also morning time. Can you see the sun on my chest starting to peek out? Getting lit early. So at the Physicians Formula booth, I actually got a free butter bronzer, but then in my swag bag for being a VIP, I got another butter bronzer, but this is the matte version, so it's a little different, as well as a mattifying Butter Buddies. This is my new Butter Buddy. It's just like a mattifying powder. So I looked up the retail price of both of these, and this alone is worth like $13, and this another $10. So already that kind of pays for itself in terms of the $15 extra price for the swag bag. Did I need these? No. But do I like little goodies? Yes, always. Got some stud earrings. They're little pearls. Got some mimosa chapstick. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, very orange juicy. Got a keychain that says Home Sweet Home. I'm probably doing a terrible YouTuber job of actually showing you guys this. By the brand Little Bit of Sun. The juice brand Suja or Suha, I don't know how you pronounce it correctly. I got a gut health juice and an immunity shot. You know what? You can never be too safe these days with your immunity. Let's try it. Oh, that tastes like the spicy earth. What is in that? It's the ginger. The ginger is spicy, and the turmeric, it tastes like soil with like tahini. I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of enjoyed that. That was tasty, and I feel my immune system already on the rise. We have a skin test to find out what type of skin I have, so I know what products to buy. That's kind of interesting. We got some micellar water wipes for taking off your makeup. That's kind of cool. This was that koozie I was telling you about that I got with another cocktail drink, so that's always fun to have. This is the lip kit that I won in a raffle. It is by Mana Kadar. I think that's how you say it. We got some random coconut oil, which I always need coconut oil. I put it in my hair, I cook with it, I put it on my face. Can always use coconut oil. And then I got a nut seed and butter to go. Screw it. Let's just go for it. We're already sending it. Oh, it's oily. Probably because all the oil was at top. That's tasty. Can't go wrong with the nut butter. That's actually really good. I love peanut butter. So if you see me on Instagram resharing some small businesses, it's because I met these women. I was very inspired by their story and I liked a lot of their products. So I wanted to share this story just because it ended up being a silly event that I got tickets to on a whim, and I had a great time. It was so fun meeting these people, trying all these new small businesses, and kind of making new friends. I think I added about a dozen new people on Instagram, and it'll be fun to kind of like watch their lives unfold and see how their businesses perhaps take off or progress. So I just had a really good time. So I would encourage you guys that if you see those random events where you're just like, hey, I'm not doing anything on a Sunday and I have 20 bucks to spare, go for it because you get stuff out of it. Next snippet. So I'm perfectly in the line of like my window pane, so disregard the shadows. But the next Storytime snippets I'll keep pretty short since I kind of went on a rant with the other one. But another really cool and fun and unique convention that I've gone to is a CoffeeCon. You guys, if not for this freaking pandemic, they would still be having it and I would be an avid attendee. So about 3 or 4 years ago, I had a friend message me saying like, hey, there's this CoffeeCon in LA. Would you want to go? And I was like, heck to the yes, caffeinate me up and let's go, homegirl. So we hop in the car, we drive to LA. We of course try to get all dressed up, all cute, knowing that it'd be like an influencer extravaganza and essentially a fashion show. So it was held kind of near downtown LA in some type of convention center. And again, for this event, we also got VIP tickets. I'm just such a sucker for upselling, where I'm just like, $15 extra for just a few other additional perks? Well, I want the full experience. I gotta go for it. So we bought the VIP tickets, which actually included a coffee-themed cocktail each. So I guess the retail price would have been like 10 bucks. So we got that, as well as there was some other element, maybe like priority access or maybe another type of swag bag. I can't specifically remember. But we go into our CoffeeCon and we head straight for our coffee cocktail because that's where we didn't want to have to wait in line and we kind of wanted to walk around with our cocktail. So this is just a silly little side story, but it was the most memorable part of the whole experience. But we give them our coins for our coffee cocktail and they gave us the menu and they had various kind of coffee drinks. And so we both wanted to get the espresso martinis because it's just a classic. You can't go wrong with it. For some reason, the bartender took a liking to us, starts doing a little flirty flirt with both of us, and we're like, stop it, you. And he hands us our drinks, these 2 martinis, and he goes, I threw in an extra shot for you ladies on me. And we're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. We'll see you later. So we take the cocktails away, we take a sip, and we're like, this is just straight vodka. Like, don't add the extra shot. You're not helping us out. You're just making this drink undrinkable. And this is so funny because for the next 15 minutes, I kid you not, we just found like a random backdrop and just spent 15 minutes taking photos with our little espresso martinis because then we just had to throw them away. You guys, when I tell you they were so strong and that I could not handle my liquor, I chose to waste my VIP ticket, my extra $10, by just throwing it away because that's how strong this espresso martini is. But anyway, so we throw away our drinks and then we go around the CoffeeCon. And it was so fun, you guys, as a coffee lover, because it wasn't just coffee. It was everything within the coffee realm. This was like, again, 4 years ago where oat milk was not a trend like it is now. Everywhere you go now, even Starbucks has oat milk. I remember going to this CoffeeCon and being like, oat milk? What the heck is oat milk? There was literally a booth with shot glasses of all their different types of milk, and they had oat milk, macadamia nut milk. They had brown rice milk, and I was like, brown rice milk? That's what the cool kids are putting into their coffee these days? What the heck is going on in the world? I'm gonna try it, and I approve because it's delicious. We go to the next booth, and they're serving mushroom-infused coffee. Not like psychedelic mushrooms, but like herbal kind of antioxidant mushrooms. And that was the first time I've had mushroom coffee. I've had it since, and it is delicious. And I was like, this is so cool. I'm gonna buy a bag. They also had various kind of coffee accessories, like certain pour overs or French presses, or you haven't tried a coffee until you've tried it with this drip carafe. I don't know, whatever fancy kind of technology they have. Then, of course, there were regular booths with other types of actual coffee tastings and being like, this bean was roasted on the coasts of Colombia in the beautiful sunshine. Is Colombia on a coast? I don't know my geography. I know Colombian's a pretty popular coffee, though, so just roll with it. Or they'll be like, this bean was oak barrel roasted for 4 years and has finally come to fruition here in Los Angeles and in your mouths right now. And it'd be like, oh, heck yeah, I'm all about that. And then you try it out, and it's delicious. And then there were various non-coffee related things. Like I know there were a couple beauty products. Oh, that was one thing too. We made our own coffee scrub, like an exfoliating scrub for your face out of used coffee grounds. And so they were doing other types of demos and tutorials of how to compost your coffee grounds or how to reuse them for other DIY and beauty kind of instances. So that was super cool. Guys, I'm so sorry for this lighting. I picked a bad time of day to film. Let's just roll with it, okay? Just go with it. But one of the most memorable booths, and I remember this very vividly, was there was this 14-year-old skateboarder looking kid. Like he looked like a kid. And he goes, oi, you want to try some chocolate coffee? That was supposed to be Australian. I don't know where it went there at the end. Golly. But he was like this Australian kid, and we're like, what the heck is charcoal coffee? And he was like, well, it's coffee, but with charcoal from volcanic ash or rocks maybe? I don't know the specifics of it. But he was like, yeah, try some charcoal coffee. So he gives us like a cup and we drink it and we're like, whoa, that was actually pretty cool. And he was telling us about like all the health benefits. I don't know enough about it to regurgitate that to you. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm interested. Like how much for a bottle? And he goes, oh, like this bottle here is about $25. And it was like a little liter of whatever it was. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go walk around for a little bit because I don't want to carry that, but I'll be back later. And then I never went back, of course. So I probably left the CoffeeCon with maybe a bag or two of actual coffee. But again, the ticket kind of gets you more of the free samples and the brand awareness of some of these other cool small businesses. And so again, it was just a super fun event that, you know, we got tickets on a whim and had a wonderful time. And then you find out about these small businesses that might become your favorites or that you can follow along on their social media journey and see how they progress. So I just think those are so fun and so cool. And it's coffee. I'll go to any CoffeeCon again. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. Bring those back. I want to just get me espressoed up. The last themed convention that I went to will be pretty quick because there was no free samples. There was no gifting. There was no products. There wasn't even any brands because I went to a Corgi convention. So when I say Corgi, I mean, yes, the dog. So this is less of a convention and more of just an annual meetup of people with corgis. Do I have a corgi? No, but that's not a requirement. I mean, if you have a dog, it has to be a corgi, but you can just go to CorgiCon. So this was actually a couple of years ago, and I had a friend who just loves corgis. They also didn't have a corgi, but we knew about this annual corgi meetup that usually takes place in Huntington Beach. And we were gonna be hanging out that day, and we're like, hey, should we just go check out the CorgiCon? And that's absolutely what we did. We just went to Huntington Beach and it was packed. And I'm gonna insert footage of the actual CorgiCon from other YouTubers that you guys can check out. But there are just hundreds and hundreds of these little legged wiggle butts all around Huntington Beach, excitedly meeting each other and having a grand old time right there on the sand. It was so fun. I will say because we didn't have a corgi ourselves, we were a little shy to go up and just start petting dogs without being like, yeah, mine's here somewhere. So we petted a few, we kind of just more watched and took a few photos. So we didn't fully participate. But if you guys have a corgi or if you have any type of specific purebred, they like to discriminate that way. There are tons of different kinds of meetups like that. My friends have a golden retriever and they go to golden retriever meetups and just kind of like meet other like-minded dog parents, which is so funny. One thing I will say is that a lot of corgis, they look the same. They kind of look the same, especially if you get 100 of them all on the same strip of beach. I mean, if you're calling your dog and be like, Max, Max. There's probably like 10 other dogs named Max or Bella that look exactly the same. So maybe put a little cute costume on your dog, or a little notable collar so you can find your dog again. Because I know you can identify your dog, but that's got to be kind of tough being like, oh my God, which one's mine? Where's little Bella? Bella, where are you? I don't know. I just think that's kind of funny. So another fun and themed and silly convention that I've gone to and would go to again. But that's going to be it for this video. Just a little silly storytime snippets of some fun conventions that I've gone to. You know, I love to call my videos tame and mundane, and this is one of them. But I just like to share those stories with you guys and hang out and encourage you to just get out of your house or your apartment or your condo and just branch out, do fun events. You know, I had a great time at all of these things, and even if I have to buy a ticket, it's getting me out of the house, meeting new people, and finding, probably just new places to spend my money on. Dang it. It's for the economy. It's good for the economy. But I thank you guys so very much for watching. And if you stayed till the end, I appreciate you even more. Let me know if you've been to any kind of fun conventions. I know they have like the classic ones like Comic-Con or FurryCon or whatever you're into. VidCon is another one. But let me know any kind of kooky conventions you go to, because I'm always on the lookout for fun things to do. But I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles! You guys, I forgot to tell you about a really cool thing I did at the Boss Babe event. Can you see it? I got henna. I don't know, I forgot about it. It's been stained on my hand. My flower crown is falling apart. I paid 25 bucks for this, and now it's falling apart. Just like my life.